If you guys and girls want to exercise, I think this is mainly for the guys. If you want to exercise of discipline and controlling your anxiety and living your dreams, try this. How many of you relate to this? I guarantee there'll be loads of men, if they've got the courage to be honest, they'll comment in the section below. How many of you can relate to your mum or your nan or your girlfriend or your wife or a family member or a friend telling you that you eat too fast? I get it all the time. I'm still learning, and I was talking to a friend about this and it makes me laugh. When I was younger, I mean, obviously I'm still young now, but when I was much younger and I was living at my nan's, when my nan would get me food, if she got me, gave me money to get a kebab, or we're having a kebab together, or she cooked me a stir-fried or a meal, I'd be eating my food like this, you know, like a savage. And my nan would start laughing and say, "No one's going to nick your food." And I'd be so unconscious in my food. I wasn't even aware. I wasn't aware of what I was doing. I was so hungry and so scared that someone would steal my food. And I really understand what she meant. My nan would start laughing and say, I'd be a little bit moody in my face because, you know, when you're hungry and you're eating and you're in a selfish kind of space. And my nan would laugh and say, you know, "I'm not going to steal your food." And I'd be like, "What do you mean?" And then I'd snap out of it and realise she'd say, "You eat so fast." Then my mum would say it. Then my dad would say it. My dad would tell me a story about one of his relatives that served in the war, and he told my dad, "You should chew your food many times because it's not good for your digestive system." Then I've had girlfriends say it to me, you know, throughout the course of my life, and it's been so difficult to actually surrender and relax and not have that anxiety that someone is going to steal my food, or if I don't eat the food quickly, it's going to come alive, it's going to run off the plate. I'm telling you, this is simple. It's the simple things that make a difference. If you can eat your food slow, guys, and for the women out there who might have this anxiety as well, for everybody, but it seems to be the men, because the women have been telling me to slow down, and my dad as well, but mainly my mum, my nan, a previous girlfriend, my girlfriend years ago. Actually, I went into Chinatown the other day and got a takeaway. I have a cheat meal now and then, and I ate the food, and the guy was laughing, lovely guy, and he went, "Wow, so you eat the food so fast." I said, "Man," I said, "everyone's telling me now. I have to listen." When more than one person tells you something, you have to take note, unless you want to keep making that mistake. And I know where it comes from. It comes from an anxiety. It comes from, you know, not being able to control yourself and panicking in your mind and your emotions. And it, even now I'm struggling. My body is like, it's pulsing. It wants to eat the food quickly. And that's why I've stopped to do this video, because I know that if you can get this, and if I can get this, you could be a better person in every area. And you'll notice there's areas where I'm very good and you're very good, you know, men and women and people that I mentor, and just people in general. You're very good in certain areas at relaxing and being calm. We've all got our weaknesses, you know, that's how we learn and get better and turn a weakness into a strength. But yeah, I didn't used to like it when I was younger. If someone told me, I felt like they were, you know, talking down at me or you know, making me feel ashamed, but I realized they weren't. You know, these are great values and ethics. It's for your own good. And it's also, you know, you want to have self-respect. You know, if you're eating food with someone's family or your partner, or just with yourself, you don't want to have that relationship where you're stuffing the food down and rushing the food. It is a lack of gratitude. But at the same time, learn these things without being horrible on yourself and judging and getting right. And I've just been getting a little bit better each time. That's how you learn, you know, because it's not easy. It's not easy when you're hungry and starving and you've got loads of thoughts in your head, and you just want to eat the food, and you can't have the patience and relax, chew it a few times, digest it, and get better at it, and see how that improves your character in every single area. Don't be surprised, guys, when your life goes better, because you've mastered an anxiety and you've made it a strength, and it's no longer a problem and an anxiety, because you've learned to eat slowly with more gratitude, to chew your food, appreciate it, and not believe that thought and that fear because it's a voice and it's a feeling and it's a compulsion that if I don't eat quickly, it's going to be taken away from me. It will not be taken away from you. And let's say worst case scenario it was. You're not gonna die. You're gonna live to eat another day. So that's a lesson. Let me know in the box below, men and women, especially the men who seem to have more of a problem with this, because I've noticed that most of the women in my family and girlfriends, they eat with class, they eat nicely, and obviously men do as well. My dad noticed it. It's, he said to me, you should slow down a bit, you should chew your food more. It's not even good for your digestive system. When you're stuffing the food down, you're not chewing it and letting it digest properly. And the whole experience is quite an unpleasant experience when you're eating through fear and anxiety and you're rushing the food when you don't need to. If you needed to do that, then that's fine. So I'd love to know in the box below, thoughts, feelings, comments. Put this into practice.